house. Oh, it has my sound as well. Wind Waker in the hizzy. What up, my glib globs? Good old Kane Southby. How you doing? Good to see you guys. What's going on? Well, I was going to show you these new carvings, but there's about 1 million people all in the way. What the hell's going on? Okay, maybe we'll leave that. Sergeant Angharad, how are you doing? And Mum Linda and Fudge the Rabbit, how are you guys doing? General Mooncat, subscribe to him, he's great. How you doing? Good to see you all. I was going to go over there and look at some stuff, but there's some kind of... Oh, it's the park run. Right in the middle of the park run. Oh, God. Well, this is very silly. Angharad with her lovely use of emojis there. How are we all doing, guys? How's my sound? It sometimes goes a bit wrong over here. Morning. Oscar saying the sound is perfect. Very good. Thanks, guys. What were we all up to today? I just did my morning routine. I've been skipping meditation lately because it's hard to do all the things. But I did all the things today. And I feel so much better for it. Do you guys do any of the cold showers, breathwork, meditation stuff in the morning before you look on social media? I find it just gets me in a real good mind space, and I'm attacking life on my terms and not working to other people's agendas and letting their energy affect me. Hot baths are good, but at night time, get you ready for sleep. Well, these people are good, aren't they, doing their exercise? Very good. That's one thing you won't catch me do, is running. Shall I pretend to run through the last little few seconds? Any time is bath time. You can't beat a good soak in the tub, that's for sure. And Mooncat, do you add in those Epsom salts or anything like that? Oh, and Mooncat as well, you've lost 8 pounds odd in 3 weeks. I just think everyone in the stream should know. Congrats, that's freaking awesome. Friday, 1:30 a.m. in Arizona. What time is it? Oh, there was a squirrel. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's about maybe 9:30 in the morning. Something like that. And what are you doing up at 1:30? Oh, vegan and cat's down with the salts. Kane likes the cold showers. Doing hot showers before. I think I'm sleeping better. Yeah, it definitely helps. You're welcome, Mooncat. Credit where credit's due. Right, let's get into this woods. Everyone's doing running this morning, and I'm just doing a bit of walking for my fitness. Terrible. How many of you guys like to get into nature as well? Have a little decompress. This is a good spot for squirrels usually. Mooncat, do you have a favourite wing spot in the woods? Two. Oh, there's a squirrel. I did have a 2 litre smoothie this morning, so I may need to nip to one of them before my time is done here. He's got fleas. He's got fleas. Oh, walking into things. Friday, I'm up watching you. Got to get the vegan knowledge. You know it. How long have you been vegan, Friday? And how is the vegan scene in Arizona? I'm intrigued. Don't pee on the squirrel. I will try not to. Oh, there's another one. As soon as you get any dogs coming through, they all just scatter and that's it, really. Jamie, did you see, I think, Ed's new book announcement? What are your thoughts? Yeah, I did. Yeah, great. He's what Hench Herbivore is to plant-based nutrition and fitness. He is the vegan ethics guy, isn't he? And he's very clued up on environment as well. Very, very clever man. Yeah, I'm pleased he's done that. How many of you guys are going to buy the book? I'd like a free one, please, Mr. Ed, if you're listening. I don't like paying for things. Should we see what the hosses are up to? There's a load of new carvings over here now. Loads of different animal carvings. I was going to show you a couple already, but all those runners are kind of in the way. They're pretty cool. Jennifer is going to a vegan festival in Glasgow. Oh, I wish I was a bit nearer. I would come. I love me a vegan festival. So, yeah, me and Gemma have been booked to do a talk at this really big event. So we want to take in loads of little ones. I mean, we've not even written our talk yet. But once we've written it, we want to just practice it a few times. Passes. You can't see him very well, sorry. Wind Waker, I will buy it as for the non-vegans I know who think veganism is New World Order. People just look for any old nonsense just so that they don't have to stop being a bellend, don't they? Jennifer, I'm sure that will be amazing. I really must look up and see where all the events are and where they're coming up, and any close by ones I need to get planning. Mooncat, I'm practicing going live in the kitchen. Oh yeah, for the cook-off with Reese on his channel tomorrow. What time is that, Mooncat? Peace with Reese channel. Make sure, guys, you're following Vegan Mooncat and Peace with Reese. Oh, Kane, I got back from Camp Beagle. Yeah, I meant to ask you how that was going. The locals really support the cause. Nice. How was it for you? Was it very, how did you feel? And how do you feel now, having been there? Jamie, if you could recommend one book for people to read on the topic of veganism or plant-based nutrition that currently exists, what would you recommend to them? So, veganism in general, probably Ed's new book, though I've not read it, but he's the guy when it comes to the topic of ethical veganism. And of course, that's what veganism is. It's an ethical stance. It's not diet. It's not environment. I mean, those are happy side effects that you can be healthier potentially, and the environment does benefit. But if anyone says I'm vegan for something that's not ethics, well, they're acting as a vegan in terms of dietary and clothing choices, etc. But they're not actually vegan, which is a strange concept for some people to get. But yeah, How Not to Die, I think, is the best book on it just makes a really good case for the health benefits. But also there's been a few books out in the last year, really. I think because of COVID, people were writing a lot more books. So Dr. Gemma Newman, what is her book called? I've forgotten now. The Plant Powered Doctor. So there's a lot of case studies on there. You know, she's actually a practicing GP, you know, and she actually applies that diet with people. You know, she prescribes it, and she's got some great case studies. You know, she talks about all the facts and shares her experience. So that's a really good book. Dr. Alan Desmond, 28-day plant-based diet revolution, is it called? That's very good. And these books have all got a lot of recipes as well. So they're showing you, they're medical professionals, they're in the trenches. He actually ran a study with loads of medical professionals going plant-based, and they had amazing results. And a lot of them are carrying that over now and, you know, prescribing that to their patients. Dr. Will Bulsevic's, the Gut Health MD, his book Fiber Fuel, that's very good, all about the gut microbiome. So really any one of those, to be honest, they show, you know, the truth behind nutrition and health outcome. Yeah, they're all good. Mooncat, 2 p.m. tomorrow. It's BST. Are we still BST? I think we are. Doesn't seem very summery now, does it? Okay, lovely. So Mooncat versus Reese cook-off. I think I will be out and about with my sister. We're going coastal for a bit of a walk, so I don't think I'll be able to make that one. So I'm sad to miss that. Mr. Mooncat. Jennifer, any good audiobooks? What I'm going to listen to while driving? Yeah, so I listened to How Not to Die about 300 times. Believe it or not, I listened to it through about 300 times. I think it's about 16 hours long, but I would just have it playing all the time if I was like traveling somewhere or, you know, just doing jobs around the house or whatever. Yeah, I could almost at one time probably nearly recite that whole book verbatim. So yeah, I highly recommend that. Jamet's in the house. Peter Singer's new book on veganism. Oh, he's got one out, has he? So that'll be good as well, yeah. Kane, it's an awful place, mate. I'm not going to lie. You hear them at night. Wow. People at the camp are all really welcoming. It's well established for what it is. Nice. I want to make a donation, but they don't really need anything, so I'm going to order some exotic fruit. UK as an unexpected treat for them down. Oh, bless you. You're a good one. Sosmanovic is in the hizzy. Looks like your walk you do in Surrey. Wow. Interesting. Hang on, I'll just have to concentrate while I navigate this bit. Mincat, have fun with your sis. Yeah, I will do. I will do. My sister Linda and her husband Philip. They're really, really good people. Frank Tough Guy Tefano, what's your favourite vegan trainers? I'm glad you asked. Hilo trainers. I can't show you that the right way up. So they are made from corn fibre, and they've got seven materials, all like, they're basically reckoned to be the most sustainable trainers in the world. If you click on my bio, click the link, there's a menu comes up, and there's actually a link to their website. And yeah, take a look, see what you think. And if anyone did want to buy them, I do get a little, I think I get 10% of sales or something to help fund the channel. So thanks in advance. But yeah, have a look at them. I think that they're the most sustainable one by the looks of things. One of the guys is an ex Nike, like real top guy in Nike. One of the top guys, but he said he couldn't live with their practices, their business practices in terms of ethics, environmental stuff. So he and 2 other people, including a soccer player, Michael Doughty, not sure who he used to play for, but I had a meeting with him online on Zoom. And he said to me, we want to be the next Nike, but we want to do it properly. And yeah, so I came on board. I said to Gemma before we had the call, I said, I want to hear them say that they want to become Nike. And that was his exact words. And yeah, so I signed up. Oh, Kane, I wore my Herbivore Army t-shirt there. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Good man. And thanks for your support. Zosmanovic, can we see a fox or squirrel? I've seen a few squirrels already. We will see a fox in a minute. What way have I got to go here? I think I can go this way. Kane, what are high-low like for durability? £100 seems like a lot when I look, but I've paid more for Air Max and Jordans. Yeah, yeah, they're great. Yeah, I've got no complaints. What I really like about them is that they're really lightweight. I think they're like 200 grams. Really breathable. Really comfortable. This doesn't feel like I'm actually wearing anything in a way. It's quite weird. Yeah, I like them very much. Vinka, gather some materials on the way ball and craft a little house. I could do. Oh God, have I got lost? No, still going right. Here we go. Oh, Gomez, lovely Gomez. How are you doing? Lovely use of emojis. I do love some rainbow hearts. Frank Tough Guide to find. Are they for hiking? No, they're runners. They are runners. Trainers. Right. There is meant to be some more carvings around here. I'm just going to double back a little ways and see if I can see any. Morning. I like this little area. It's like a little play area. It's basically just some bits of tree. Some bits of dead tree. No, I can't see any more animals. Okay, I'm going to double back. How cool is this tree though? See a young dude climbing on it. Jennifer, is the How Not to Die book by Michael Greger? Yes, that's the one. The one in the same. Yeah, very good. It just shows you how, just shows you the leading causes of death. There's like 15 leading causes of death in the West, and how 14 of them are preventable with a whole foods plant-based diet. The other one being accident, so look where you're going. And then how most of them are treatable with a whole foods plant-based diet. And 5 or 6, there's a bit of dispute about the 6th one at the minute, but 5 or 6 are reversible with a healthy enough vegan diet, whole foods plant-based diet. So I think that's amazing. Super chat Morpheus is here. He's executed order 66. $6.66 to be exact. Veganism is the way. You're not wrong, my friend. Thank you for the super chat. Supporting what I'm doing. And good to see you. How have you been? Kate, missed your Q&A with Gemma yesterday. Don't suppose you know what shampoo and conditioner she uses. I can picture it, but I can't remember the brand. No. I don't think it's from Superdrug. She does use some stuff from Superdrug because that's all vegan and cruelty free, I think, by default. Kane, has anyone read The Plant-Based Athlete? That's Robert Cheek's one, isn't it? I've sort of thumbed through it. He did send me a copy, I've not read it properly, but I've thumbed through it. There's a lot of athletes in there. Hell of a lot of vegan athletes, high level as well. Yeah, it's meant to be amazingly good. So yeah, that's been highly recommended by many. Jennifer, great, will be interested for me as I'm getting tested for multiple sclerosis. Jennifer, I did an interview with a lady who suffers with multiple sclerosis. Her name is Rebecca Stonor. I can't remember the name of the video now, but if you look back through my videos, you'll see one and it'll say like MS on there. It may say Rebecca Stoner. It's a picture of a lovely looking lady in a sort of rain mac, and I'm on there as well. And so she had the worst MS symptoms. She was basically screwed. She was really done in. She went whole foods, plant-based, and now she is pretty much asymptomatic. The only time she might get a little tingle on her nose, which warns her that she's overdoing things and she just needs to take a day or two's rest. Here's a fox. And yeah, she just chills out for a day or two, keep up the whole foods plant-based diet, and she's symptom-free again. Symptom-free. Whereas one of her friends is in, or one of her family members is in hospital, kind of paralysed with it. She didn't want that, so she looked at all the data, found some success stories, and yeah, it seems as though saturated fat is the problem. And what Rebecca said is that she keeps her fat to below no more than 10 grams per day total. Whole foods plant-based diet, higher carb, lower fat, so lots of legumes, whole grains, fruits and vegetables. A little bit of nuts and seeds because we do need that omega-3, omega-6, the essential fatty acids. But total saturated fat should be no more than 10 grams. Asymptomatic, unless she's like overdoing things a little bit, and then it's just a little tingle on the end of her nose, like a sort of barometer, just telling her, right, just ease back for a day or two. Yeah, I understand it's a very efficacious practice, is to just eat whole foods plant-based. How are you eating now, Jennifer? And to check that your sat fat is below, no more than 10 grams, Chronometer app is the best thing. Chronometer, Chronometer. I don't know if you know about it, but just in case you don't, you just plug your foods in there and it'll tell you your total calories, macros, micronutrients, and of course under lipids, i.e. fats, it'll say saturated fat. Yeah, don't have more than 10% of your calories from there. You should be golden from my understanding. So yeah, it seems like there's a lot of hope there. Mincat, How Not to Diet. Yeah, it's good for anyone wanting to control weight, all the good science. Yeah, exactly, that's another good book as well. Anything by Dr. Greger is freaking amazing, isn't it? Mark Crossy, good to see you, brother. Sosmanovic, is THC/CBD good for MS? I don't know. I really don't know is the answer. I know the NHS now do prescribe CBD for Parkinson's disease, but of course that's a very different disease. So I don't really know. The anime rapper, thoughts on vegan keto? Not a fan. If you look at the data, like the longest of people on record, people like in the blue zones, particularly the Okinawans of the 1940s, they ate 85% of their diet as carbohydrate. So the opposite of keto. There's just no need. The thing with keto is that people who start it have a massive weight loss and they think, great, I've lost loads of fat. What they've lost is loads of their glycogen stores and loads of water, which is associated with the glycogen, which to the untrained person, you might think, oh, that's good. I'll drop a load of water. I'm going to look a lot smaller, like thinner. Well, actually, your muscles look a lot smaller. So you actually look worse for it, if you see how that works. But it's just a psychological thing. People think they lost a load of weight and it's really good. But if you actually look at comparisons, diets, when they put vegan versus keto head to head, I've not seen vegan keto, but it'll be the same thing. Just the whole foods plant-based diet outperforms the keto one, and it's just so much healthier. It's a lot more nutritionally dense, you know. And then in terms of vegan keto versus vegan, you know, higher carb, again, like it's the carbohydrate rich foods which have all the nutrients, you know, relatively speaking, just exponentially more nutrients. So not a fan. Healthier than non-vegan keto, obviously, but I think far from optimal. We just wouldn't have access to high fat, you know, moderate protein. I mean, we had to do that when we moved from the tropics, and then we were eating animals, but that's a survival thing, and that's not thriving. Sorry if I just blew on the microphone. I had an insect crawling on me, and I like to blow them off of me rather than brush them, so you don't hurt their little legs and that. Jennifer, that's amazing. Still young, only 29. Vegan for a year, but I sometimes eat processed stuff. Yeah, that's the whole thing. And so I would really invite you, Jennifer, if you can go whole foods for like 3 weeks, don't let yourself get hungry. Have loads of food in stock. Have loads of stuff. Batch cook if you need to. Have stuff close to hand. Really fill up. Like plenty of lower calorie fruits and veggies. Bulk your meals out. You won't get hungry in between. If you can manage the 3 weeks, you reset your taste buds. You'll actually really enjoy like just eating whole foods. The minute you eat something like hyperpalatable, like a donut or whatever, just ruins it for you. Like you just won't want to eat kale and things. And but if you stick to the kale, the berries, you know, the lentils, loads of herbs and spices, make it delicious. You know, find some great recipes. Yeah, if you fill up on those. The reason it goes wrong is when you get hungry, and your brain will remind you of the most calorific thing, because it just wants you to survive. It will think there's a famine on. And yeah, it works against us now. That was good while we were in a land of scarcity where we evolved, but now we're in a land of plenty, and now it works against us. So the only way for it to work easily, to not struggle, is to eat whole foods plant-based. Any other diet, and you always portion control, like portion sizes, no, that don't work long term. Your willpower is not strong enough. No one's is. Yeah, just fill up, but on the right things, which are more water, more fibre, less calories. TED, should vegans eat vegetables dirty with soil so they can get some B12? No. We, you know, we've sterilised our environment for a reason. You don't want to be swallowing, you know, B12 is from bacteria. Like, what if you're swallowing some pathogenic bacteria? So, no. Soils are probably quite deplete with B12 as well. I don't know. But yeah, supplement is the recommended way to go. Also, he wants to eat dirt. Jennifer, more good foods like salad from my local cafe is in the cards, I think. Very good. Very good. James, just take a B12 supplement. Yeah. Saves the chances of parasites and illness. Yeah, exactly. Zosmanovic lost nearly 5 kilos of keto, gained 10 kilos after CFC. Yeah, that'll do that to you, the old rebound effect. And again, a lot of the initial loss is carbohydrate and water, and then once you eat some carbs again, of course, you put the weight back on. But you're putting the weight on in your muscles, so actually you look better. So people just don't get the little intricacies of that. Kane, I know someone who says they have been told by a dietitian that because they have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, that's the reason they need to eat on the keto, then move to plant. What the flip? Thoughts? My thoughts are that person is a complete imbecile. I've never heard of anything like that in my life. So we have a friend with EDS, Whole Foods Plant-Based was her saviour. Racy Baby used to be her YouTube name. It then became Eat Veg. She doesn't do videos anymore, but she's got loads of videos on her EDS journey. That's just ridiculous. And do you know what I mean? It's not foods that are essential, it's nutrients. And nutrients come in all different kinds of foods. Why you'd say one diet then another diet is really beyond me. It's mental. Omni, Shalom. We need magic mushroom trip. I think a lot of us do, or would agree. Also, a lot of people need to avoid that because certain colour blindness, I think red-green colour blindness, people with certain mental issues, they need not to take it. It would really mess them up. But I think that any world leader, any leader of a nation, should have to do some plant ceremonies and get some perspective before they're given that power. I think we'd see a much different world with no wars. Mooncat is off. Have to go to do things. Have a good walk. Yeah, have a good day, Mooncat. Thanks for joining. Let's see if I can get through this way now. We used to be able to, but then it became overgrown. Super chat. Beyond the Viking, you lovely soul. 33 knocks on the super chat. How's it going? I'm very good, my friend. Thank you for your kindness. How are you? What have you been up to? Osmanovic, is the Islam fast good for health? Is that Ramadan? Yeah, probably. It's good to... I don't think you want to spend days fasting because you starve your good gut bacteria. But if it's just a matter of hours, then yeah, there's definitely some health benefits to that. Omni. Yeah, I'm a big fan of CBD. And I will be microdosing shrooms tomorrow to make my walk even more enjoyable. Big fan. But again, it's not for everyone. Do your research, people. Don't just do it because I do it. You can come unstuck potentially if you're unlucky. Jamie, been Whole Foods plant-based for 3 years. It's the best decision I ever made. After a month, didn't crave junky, oily, salty, sugary foods anymore. Now fruit tastes like natural lollies. It does, doesn't it? It so does. Oh, I think I might have come to a dead end. This is very silly. Yeah, it's the way forward. It's Whole Foods plant-based. Karen, she thinks eggs and clams are healthy. Thought it was ridiculous too. She gave the usual spiel about getting organic. Eggs are the most cholesterol-laden food in the world. I say food like sort of doing air quotes. The biggest killer of humans is coronary heart disease. One critical risk factor for that is elevated serum LDL. 3 dietary components raise LDL: sat fat, trans fats, and cholesterol. They have sat fat. They are the most cholesterol-laden food in the world. So raise your risk of the top killer. What is in eggs that's in nothing else? Absolutely nothing. There's absolutely nothing in eggs that you can't get elsewhere. The only healthy components really of eggs, probably the yellow carotenoids, lutein and zeaxanthin. There's 100 times the lutein and zeaxanthin in goji berries. Why isn't she recommending goji berries? Something actually healthy. Oh my good God. clams, they're bottom feeders. The ocean is the sewers of mankind. They're just sifting through all the, pardon my French, shit, sucking it all up. All the toxins, all the pollutants, heavy metals, PCBs, dioxins, all the pesticides, all the crap from humanity ends up in the sea, filtered through those bottom feeders. They've got a bit of zinc in there. Well, you can get zinc in plants. They've got a good amount of protein. Well, all whole plant foods have protein, and we don't need that much. What a complete imbecile. There's nothing special in there. Apart from a little life who's got better things to do. Are omni, only those who are willing to get the next step in enlightenment. Yeah, they're not to be toyed with. Not recreational, I agree. Kane, I wouldn't do microdosing personally, but I respect others who want to. What would be your fear, Kane, of microdosing, out of interest? I must admit, I was very nervous of it before I tried. I've now been doing it for well over a year, I'd say. Lieutenant Bjorn, been selling my old house and renovating my new one. Oh, nice. How's it going? What have you done? Benny Green, my IRL friend. Oh, you're fighting tonight. Oh, I wish I was in your corner there. That would be so cool. Oh, good luck, my friend. Good luck. Whereabouts is it? Omni. Exercise, eating good fibre-rich greens, reduction. Oh, plus education, good part in life. Yeah. I would add in being of service as well. And then the things like meditation, breath work, cold therapy, I think they're amazing. I think they make us into better human beings, better equipped to function in the toxic mainstream world. Getting into nature as well. I think getting into nature is so huge. I feel so revitalised once I come out of here. Sosmanovic, I honestly thought the yolk was good. Yeah, we're sold so many lies. It's the worst bit with all the cholesterol. Yeah. All the fat. So heart disease, biggest cause of death in humans. It's one of the worst contributors to that. And also now in the UK, Alzheimer's disease is actually the biggest cause of death to UK residents. And fat, cholesterol play a huge role in that. Not quite as bad as salt, not quite as bad as refined sugar, but really, really, really bad. Massive contributors. Omni, buy Bitcoin. Okay, give me some money and I will. Sotheby, sorry. How does lack of sleep affect inflammation? Being away, I didn't get as much sleep as I should. My knee and back have been inflamed for a couple. Yeah, pro-inflammatory. I found out yesterday, lack of sleep is actually carcinogenic. It's cancer causing to not sleep. That's the new thing I found out. I heard a podcast with a PhD. I forget the lady's name. I think it was on Simon Hill's Plant Proof podcast. But yeah, it'll be pro-inflammatory, and raising the risk for cancer, believe it or not, apart from everything else. And just studies have been done where you just lose an hour or two's sleep, and just mental and physical performance goes down the pan so quickly. It's unbelievable. Sosmanovic, if we had to hunt for food, we would be 90% vegan. I suppose again, like that's an ethical stance. So I see what you're saying. It'd be more correct to say it would be 90% plant-based. And yeah, most people wouldn't want to get involved, would they? Well, no, most people wouldn't even know how to do it in the first place. So they'd just eat plant-based by default, I think. Betty Green, cheers, brother. It's in Lingwood near Crawley. Next time you're in my corner. That would be very cool. That would be very, very cool. And very good luck. Let me know how you get on. Red Pebble. My shower doesn't have an icy setting. Even the coldest setting isn't near cold enough to get the benefits. Isn't that the truth? My one's good, but yeah, we've done a little travelling recently, and everywhere I've been, yeah, just not cold enough. I'll tell you what you can do is you can get 2 kilos of ice from Lidl for 70 pence. So I was thinking about getting 10 bags of that and just running the bath completely cold and then whacking them in. I think that would be something. But yeah, river bathing, I think that's where it's at now. Now that the summer's coming well and truly to a close. So we're going to try and get a bit more of that in. You just need some really warm stuff that you can quickly dry yourself off, or that could be quite nasty, I think, after the fact. How are you doing, Rev? It's great to see you in the chat, my IRL bestie. Art Omni, agree, walking nature is something I need to work on. Yep, it's the balm. We tried to get an hour a day. It don't always happen. So hard to do all the things. Like, we're trying to do all the good things, and I think this will be the first day for a while that I've actually managed it. Though, to be fair, it's my day off training, so I will have missed like a hard workout. So yeah, it's hard to do all the things. Kane, just not been really into taking drugs. Yeah, I don't blame you. You're right to not be into that. And I streams a plant. Anyone says it's not me. I haven't really looked into it. Yeah. And so your understanding of hallucinogenics will be probably government propaganda. What was a good thing I was listening to today? Oh, dude, watch Mike the Vegan's latest video. Watch Mike the Vegan's latest video. It's so efficacious for people with anxiety, depression, treatment resistant depression, PTSD. So they've been studying it in 40 major institutions all around the world. Johns Hopkins just got granted $90 million from the US government because the studies are going so well and it's so efficacious. It's the least toxic. Mushrooms and, funnily enough, LSD, although that's a man-made, it's a copy of a substance that comes from nature. The least toxic of any, if you put that up against like pharmaceuticals and stuff, and then alcohol, like your hard drugs. So yeah, it came up, those two came bottom in the list of toxicity for pharmacological substances. Just not harmful to the body. There's a couple of types of people who need not to be doing it. But yeah, from what I've seen, it's not to be done, it's not to be treated, you got to treat it seriously. You need to be in the right mindset. You need to be in the right setting where you're safe. Ideally, you need to be sat by 1 or 2 experienced people who themselves have done that, shaman, or in the medical institutes where they're researching it for, treatment of past traumas. They have a male and female therapist actually, and they do therapy, like counselling alongside it. Yeah, but yeah, I understand your reticence, and I think that's the wise. I think it's good to be sceptical, and it's something not to be taken lightly for sure. But yeah, I see why you'd be more concerned about it than most. Like, I was stupid enough to do all those party drugs and things in the past. Monkey Island, have you ever met Alan Partridge? Aha! Yep, we used to go to the pub together about 5 years ago on a regular basis. Gomez. No. Silica. Have conditions born with that maybe AD. What's AD? And multiple sclerosis with a pinch of chronic fatigue syndrome. No doctor has ever got things right. I guess I was born with allergic to animal flesh and secretions. Nice. 57 years vegan in November. Wow. Omni, recovery is a must. In squats, I pulled my quad while sleeping. For a squat leg day, might have been a side effect of creatine, or might be too dry because eating less carbs can cause muscle strain. I don't really know about all that. Recovery and sleep is important as an elite athlete, that's for damn sure. Well, I was going to do an hour, and we've only had 45 minutes, but I've done the circuit. Maybe we'll go and have a look at the carvings that we missed out on because all those runners were in the way. Let's do that. Sosmanovic, go to Lake District, it's cold now. That would be amazing. I would love to go there. I would love to go there on shrooms, but I don't want to have to bump into people. Oh, there's people still over there. God damn it. I'll find a bench and just chill out for a minute on a bench. Actually, don't go, it's freezing. Red Pebble, I heart you too. No worries, Gomez, you're fine. I hear you. Omni, there's a documentary now. NFL players, a lot of top athletes are turning to vegetarians. Do you mean vegans? MDMA shrooms are researched in Canada, etc. For those of Yep. Kane, I just remember when I was working in Thetford a couple of years ago, BBC News, Port Norfolk has the highest percentage of adults with diabetes. Thoughts? Yeah, I don't know why that would particularly be Norfolk, but diabetes is sat fat lodged inside of muscle cells. So it's like, you can liken it to chewing gum stuck in a lock, and glycogen, insulin is the key, and basically the key can't get in the lock because, it's gummed up with sat fat. So, and then, of course, if you're having refined sugar, like that acts very quickly, it quickly raises your blood sugar. It wouldn't be a problem if it could get out of the bloodstream, but when it can't, you're basically exacerbating the problem. So a lot of medical professionals consider diabetes to be a disease of carbohydrate metabolism, but it's actually the fat that's the problem. Yeah, I don't know, do we eat more ice cream? I know we've got Aldous is in Norfolk. Maybe they make such good ice cream. People are giving themselves diabetes with loads of sat fat and sugar. Interesting. Are Omni a reset of brain or update in the brain and matrix? Could be. I have my suspicions. What does it do? Psilocybin and substances bypass the default mode network, don't they? And there's science now to suggest that they rebuild damaged neural pathways. So when we get depression, like these can become damaged, and basically we can rebuild those. So people with depression, after one hit of, like, say, shrooms, can be depression free for weeks or months. It lasts. It's amazing. Okay, where was I? Nicky, Northern British Gaming, General Gaming, morning to you. How are you doing? Kane, I have spoken to people about shrooms. It's not just government propaganda. Or check out Mike the Vegan. Yeah, give him a look. Hench on the bench. How you doing, AI? Yeah. Oh God. What just happened? Are Omni because the cows are delicious, medium rare jokes. I don't actually find that funny, so please don't make a joke about animals getting murdered again, because I actually don't enjoy it. Kane had to be somewhere that was nice in the country, I suppose. Yep, that's very true. Oh, Gomez, sorry, not AD, so many acronyms. Oh, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. We were talking about that earlier. Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, I mean. Yeah, very interesting. Jethro, where was I? Jethro Blinman in the house. How you doing, my friend? And Eric Webb, how are you? Thanks for joining. AI, I'm doing great, thanks. I'd ask how hench you are. Sorry, I'd ask how you are, but you're too hench, aren't you? Yep, I'm a bit too hench. Jamie, what would you tell someone who eats mostly plant-based but eats fish and thinks they're healthy to eat? I would say how all muscle cells contain cholesterol, and cholesterol is one of the three components that raise our serum LDL. It's the only critical risk factor for heart disease, our number one killer, and Alzheimer's disease. It raises risk for that as well, which is the biggest killer of UK residents. I'd point out that they have a fraction of the nutrition of plant foods. No fibre, gut microbiome is really key. And I would point out how the oceans are the sewers of mankind. Our pesticides, our industrial pollutants, heavy metals, PCPs, dioxins, all these really nasty things. They all end up in the sea, and plastics, and they biomagnify, not just bioaccumulate, but they biomagnify up the food chain, so you get exponentially more. Like the larger, so there's the least toxins is in seaweed, the plants. Little fish eat the plants their whole lives. Medium fish eat the little fish their whole lives. Big fish eat the medium fish. Massive fish eat the big, for their whole lives. So it's biomagnifying. It's exponentially worse as you eat up the food chain. And people eat fish like oftentimes for the fats, for the omega-3. Well, where do you think toxins store? They store in the fat. So good luck with that. That's what I'd say. Dog-a-log. Timmy Thistle, is nutrition used a good way to get all the B vitamins? All except B12, unless it's fortified with B12. But yes. Will in the hizzy, how you doing? Jethro, humans are animals. That's a good point. People forget that. So I think when vegans are unkind to like non-vegans, I sometimes think, where's your compassion? Because we too are animals, to be fair. But I do get it. Good to see you out and about. Yeah, it's nice to be out and about. Makes a little change in the stream. You're fine, young Gomez. Eric, good to be here, brother. Thank you. You're welcome. Kane, is there a cookbook for the lazy vegan? I despise cooking. I would say just grab yourself a bag of salad, a can of beans, a sachet of rice, and just stick it in the microwave. There you go. I've just saved you buying a cookbook. Put a bit of hot sauce on there if you can be asked. But no, I don't really have a specific cookbook for that. But yeah, there's always a bit of a bit of effort involved. Eric, just wondering if you take, wondering your take, if any, about kratom, any info. No, it's not something I've really looked into. I don't think it's looking promising though, from what I know. I would recommend you go onto PubMed, go on their database, type kratom in and see what the science says. But I don't think that's good from my recollection. Although I've not looked at it like deeply. Jethro, are you out of magic mushroom picking? No, I'm sitting on the bench talking to my phone. I've never actually done that. I've got no clue and wouldn't want to poison myself. Poison Button, it's good to see you again. How are you? Welcome back. Kane, I had my blood pressure taken and it was 1 under. Is that systolic and diastolic? It made me think the range is based on the average person. Right, I'm a bit confused. So yes, systolic is the first number, and that's the pressure when the heart is contracted. Then diastolic is the number underneath when the heart is relaxed. And it was 1 under. I don't understand what you mean by that, Kane, I'm afraid. Are you talking about like the number, like the actual pressure? 1 under, like the... So was it just inside the healthy range, or what someone's perception? What were the numbers is really what I want to know. That's what I'm fumbling to sort of say. That would have been quicker to say that. And the ranges are not based on a healthy person. The ranges are based on an unhealthy population, where the main killer is heart disease. So the plant-based doctors in America who are preventing, treating, some claim even reversing heart disease, they say optimal systolic is 110. Over here we say normal is 130, and they say, well, who wants to be normal in a society where normally every third person dies of heart disease? So there's that. Eats plants in the hizzy. Timmy Thistle, what food causes pimples? I don't really know. I sort of think of people eating high fatty foods as being more pimply, but that might be more if you get the fat on your skin. I don't know. Just like anything, like the healthier it is, the more you're gonna look and feel good and be protected against most like crappy things. So healthy is plant-based, and the more you eat junkier foods, the more you're risking bad things happening, I guess. That's but I don't know specifically for pimples. You're welcome, Eric. Timmy, I'm eating the tastiest mango in the world right now. I bet it is a honey mango. I think they're the best. Oh, Kane. Oh, so it was 1 under what we call optimal. Oh, sorry, you looked at healthy range for your age. Sorry, so I thought you were saying that's what yours was. Yeah, so... Yeah, medical professionals will tell you 120 is optimal, but plant-based doctors will tell you 110 is actually optimal. Right. Okay, guys, well, I've done my hour, and I really need to go and make a video today. I'm not sure what I'm going to make it on, but I'm going to have a little look on YouTube, see if I get some inspo. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for... moderators for keeping us troll free. Thanks for the super chats. Keep putting the beans on my toast. Keep the wolves from the doors and the cameras rolling. This light looks horrible. I'll be back Monday night with the little lady, 7 p.m. GMT. So set a reminder for that. And if you're new, we'd love you to become part of this wonderful community. Just hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon so you're notified of new videos. And they don't notify you of live streams. So set a reminder for Monday night. Have a lovely day. Nice hanging out. And see you soon. Bye.